Jurassic World Evolution has finally come to the famed Nintendo Switch in its complete form. Does the Dino Park Builder hold its own on Nintendo's platform, or do the dinos run amok? Well, as I've found out, there's a lot to love with Frontier's game, and there's also some things that have me a bit concerned. Well, first things first, I was a big fan of the original release of this game on PC. It looked gorgeous and was consistently supported with both free and paid expansions and updates since its release over the last 2 years. Very few games get that much support, and Frontier developments have shown that this game has been a labor of love for them. Thus, we have the Switch version, who, compared to its PS4 and Xbox One counterparts, has a direct advantage. All updates and DLC are included with the game, thus the name, Complete Edition. You will get access to all 3 expansions, Return to Jurassic Park, Claire's Sanctuary, and Secrets of Dr. Wu. In addition, you get access to the 4 dinosaur packs and the Raptor Squad skin collection, plus all the quality of life improvements made to the game. Content-wise, the game is packed to the brim and makes the Switch version very tempting, especially if you haven't played the game on the other platforms. Gameplay-wise, the game is solid. There's a lot of ways to customize and build each park, from adjusting your building stats to literally customizing the dino's DNA to give it better stats or even custom colors, to adjusting the land elevation and plants and water. The game is packed with options, and the unlocks come pretty often, which are helped by the addition to the DLC beefing up the content. One of the game's original faults, downtime between events, is still here, but has definitely been alleviated a bit by the fact that there's a lot more content and goals to strive for. There's still at some points when you're building parks where there's kind of just sitting and waiting, but it's not nearly as long or plentiful as it was with the original release. But the key thing here is control, and when it comes to games like Park Builders, not many have translated well over to consoles. But Frontier has made excellent use of the Switch controller by using key buttons that get you easily in and out of menus, and makes building your parks a breeze for the most part. I played the PC version with both mouse and keyboard and an Xbox controller, and back then it felt pretty natural to use a controller, and Frontier has definitely excelled in one area that most fail with. That said, if you are new to the game, it can be a bit daunting as there is a lot to be aware of. One of the game's faults is still present. The game simply doesn't teach players at a pace that makes sense. Sometimes they'll try to teach you things until the second or later islands, and by then it's really too late. The game always needed a proper tutorial mode, and while the first island ideally is supposed to be that case, it can lead to some frustrating moments as most new players will be unaware of how to do things to advance to the second island, and there's going to be a lot of trial and error early on because of it. Worse still, the second island is pretty tough to new players, and it might break a few, especially if you're still struggling with understanding things. Now, coming from a background of playing the game on a PC, I was able to get through pretty easy, to the point I wonder if the difficulty of certain islands has been reduced. Isla Murta, the second island, doesn't seem so challenging with storms as it was. I remember getting hit non-stop with it on PC and wondering why in blue blazes anyone would want to build a park here. And the third island isn't so daunting as well, but to be honest, if you can get through the second part, the third island is a breeze. But again, I can't really confirm if it's easier or just the fact that I'm just aware of basic concepts from going through the game on PC for the last couple years. Missions are one of the ways to unlock new park items and dinos, but some of them still have annoying bugs too. One of the early missions had me pinning 2 dinos who were supposed to fight to the death, and when that happened, I failed the mission. Doing the same exact thing again, the mission cleared. This has been an ongoing issue since day one that affects a few missions in the game, and they are still present to this day. It makes no sense why Frontier hasn't squashed these bugs after the last couple years. To be clear, it only affects a couple missions in the game. It's annoying when you're playing as a player and you're doing everything right, and then the game says, nope, you gotta do it again. And then you have to redo the last 10 or 30 minutes of work. It's just, at this point, shouldn't be in the game. It should be fixed by now. Again, makes no sense why Frontier hasn't squashed these bugs after the last couple years. But regardless, I still have a lot of fun with this game. Park building with dinos is a childhood dream, and the dinosaurs are lively, plentiful, and there's a lot to do. Nostalgia will hit with a lot of the Jurassic Park and World actors doing voice work for the game, and visually the game does take a bit of a hit compared to its console counterparts. It's obvious the game is nowhere near as sharp or detailed, but the game moves snappy, fast, and there's still a lot of detail here. To be honest, I didn't expect the game to ever be released for the platform, as it's a pretty demanding game even on PC, but Frontier made the game work on dock mode. And that's the thing, and the thing that disappoints me most about this release. The game looks absolutely horrible in handheld mode. I'm no visual snob, but the game is slapped with a heavy Vaseline look that makes the game unappealing and to a point unplayable. It's jarring to see super crisp menus and then look at the parks in handheld mode and see something so muddy. After a half hour of playing the game in handheld mode, I had enough and I had to put it back into dock. I don't get what happened here. Look, I know the game takes a hit when it's in handheld mode. It's not uncommon for Switch games to have that happen. But this isn't a hit. This is a bomb in visuals, and it's something that needs to be addressed in a future update. But for now, I simply can't recommend this for handheld and Switch Lite users. Putting this game on the Switch for handheld use is a huge selling point, and one that is attractive compared to PS4 and Xbox and your PC counterparts. But unfortunately it stumbles and it's just a mess. Again, I can't recommend this for handheld and Switch Lite users, simply for that case. But if you plan to play this exclusively for dock use, there is a lot to love here. The sheer content will have you putting hours into your dino park, and once you understand the game's mechanics, you'll have a blast going through the missions and island challenges. It just may be the best Jurassic Park game. I just wish it simply didn't bomb so hard in handheld mode. And there you go. Hopefully you found this video helpful. To those who have the game, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you liked the video review, consider subscribing to the channel. I usually do 2 videos a week. Consider checking out the Discord as well as my Twitch channel where I stream 4 days a week. Links to both are in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.